Taylor, is it really true that John's condition has gotten even worse now? I heard that things have only gotten worse, so I needed to make sure that it was true. He has gotten worse. This weekend he had to be taken into the ICU for his health. But right now he's doing a lot better again and has been moved back into his room to be looked after. As of right now, he's even able to have small conversations again. What? He was able to make a comeback from that? Huh? I'm really happy to see he's made a comeback. Same here. But it's going to be some time before there's any hope of him getting out of here. Do you think you have any time this weekend to come in and see him? He would like to see all of his grandkids. I'm sure that would make my dad really happy seeing you all, and it might even make him recover even more quickly. I don't want to go see him. Hospitals have this smell to them that makes me feel sick, so it's not going to happen. What? Also, for people like him being that sick, they tend to get really thin because they can't eat as much anymore, and that's just scary to me. If I were to show the kids their grandpa while he's in that state, they might be traumatized for the rest of their life. So that's what this is about. Then how about just you and your husband come to see John this weekend? Just come in for a few minutes to see and talk to him, and that should be enough. Even the doctor is saying that would be really good for John to see some of his family soon. No way am I going there. I hate going to the hospital, and Greg is really busy with his job right now. We don't have the time or want to go and see John at the hospital right now. Are you sure? Also, there's the whole thing with his health getting even worse recently, so perhaps it's time we start preparing for the worst. Do you have any idea where John's bank information and checkbook might be? Do you know how much money he's ready to be given away as inheritance? And do you know how much he has in terms of stocks right now? What? He's going to be kicking the can pretty soon here, so it's best we start preparing for his inheritance to come through. I'm sure he's totally fine just having you at the hospital watching over him, so you can continue doing that if you want. I'll manage everything that has to do with his money and properties, all right? Don't say something so messed up as that, Brinley. What do you mean he's going to be kicking the can soon anyway? Right now, your father-in-law is trying his best to fight through this sickness. He is going to make it through this and come back home to see everyone really soon. So would you quit talking about how he's going to die like that? I understand how you want to feel about all of this, I really do. But I think it's best that we prepare for the worst, just in case. We wouldn't want to be wasting our time later on with all this when we'll want to be focused on mourning him, right? You stop all that right now. There's no point in dealing with any of his money right now anyway, right? You're too busy to come and see him in the hospital, so you must be too busy to deal with any of that right now. So leave all of this talk about his inheritance be. Greg, where are you right now? I have been telling you to come to the hospital as quickly as you can. Your dad has finally gotten out of this hospital, but as soon as we got him home, he collapsed again.
Do you have any idea what time it is? I get that it's an emergency for you, but come on, it's 3 a.m. for me. Once I've gotten my beauty sleep, I'll come to the hospital. I'm sure it's just the same old thing with him anyway, and he'll be around for me still when I get up. Once things are all handled over there and I'm awake from my sleep, I'll be over there.
I'm not messing around right now, Greg. You get your butt in here right now and see your dad. He is not doing well at all, and his breathing is getting really shallow. I think this might be it for him.
What?
So please hurry up and get to the hospital. This is not the time for you to be sleeping, all right? This might just be your last chance to ever talk to your dad again.
Are you kidding me? In other words, this means my time has come as well.
Excuse me?
Nothing, Mum. Don't worry about it. I'll be on my way to the hospital right now. I'm going out to the car right now, so just wait for me a little longer.
Hey, Brinley, what the heck do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing kicking me out of there like that? The funeral is going to be starting really soon, you know? Hurry up and let me back into the building right now. I'm sorry, Taylor. There is a lot of appeal in this funeral for your son and I, so can you please just shut up and go home? Greg and I are going to be handling everything from now on, so you can go back home and mourn your husband in silence. Also, you happen to be in our way today, so please just get lost. I'm in the way? What the hell are you and Greg planning to do today with me not at my husband's funeral? I understand that Greg is the oldest of my kids, but he does not get to make the rules like that. Especially when he has no idea who all is going to be there for the funeral today. I'm sure he has an idea of what to expect, so don't worry about him. What? And what is this about today having a big appeal to the both of you? Do you both not understand that today is the funeral of my husband? Your guys' father? And I'm saying that because of that, today will have a lot of appeal to it. The CEO of the company has passed away, so now it's time for his oldest son, Greg, to take the reins and run the company. In other words, today is the day for him to make a name for himself. Huh? Of course, there will be plenty of other family members here today, but there's also going to be all sorts of bigwigs from all kinds of companies here to mourn your husband. So this is Greg's chance to make himself look good to all of them and secure his future as the next CEO. And standing next to him today will be me, the CEO's wife. I'm so glad on a day like today, both Greg and I went to the salon before this and got ourselves looking all sharp and ready for what we have to show off today. So this is what you've both been waiting for all along? You both even went to the salon together before this and got your hair done and everything? Would you please cut the crap right now, Brinley? The point of this funeral is to mourn the loss of my husband. It is not a place for you and Greg to be showing off and trying to make yourselves look good for the business. I have no idea what's gotten into the both of you thinking this funeral is meant to be a place where you need to appeal to all of those other company men. And the fact that Greg said it's his time as well now? Please do not ruin my husband's funeral like this just for your guys' selfish desires. The only person here that needs to cut the crap is you, Taylor. Your husband just died on us, and the next person in power is going to be your oldest son, Greg. Do you really think it's okay for you to be talking to the most powerful man in this family's wife like that right now? Huh? I totally understand that you still have a lot of emotions flowing through you as your husband only just passed away. But could you please pull yourself back to reality for me? After your husband's gone, it's the oldest son's turn. And since that's just happened, you are no longer the queen of the family. All you are now is some powerless old woman that we could honestly do better off without. Excuse me? I'm sure the only reason you have all that confidence in yourself right now is due to the power that your husband gave you. But those days are over for you now, so please give it up and let us take the wheel. Your days of being the ruler in the family and telling me what to do have died along with your husband's days of being the CEO. And since when have I been telling you what to do, Brinley? Huh? Tell me when you haven't been. How about that? Telling me to come see your husband as he was dying, even though I don't care for him, and telling me to bring my kids along to see him, even though his sickly body would have scared the crap out of them. Seriously, every time you tried telling me to do things, it really pissed me off. It's a waste of time to go out and see some old geezer that's about to die. Why would I ever want to do that? Did you really think that by having Greg and I there to talk to him and see him with you, he'd start to recover from whatever BS sickness he had? What the hell do you think you're saying right now? What do I think I'm saying? Well, I'll tell you. But not with words. You'll just have to wait and see, because right now I can't handle you in that attitude anymore. The funeral's about to start soon as well, so I don't have time to waste on you. I know we were just getting to the good stuff, but that'll have to wait. I'm finally going to be the wife of a CEO, and I can't believe just how much I am smiling at a funeral. What? The wife of a CEO? That's right. Remember that since now your husband is dead, he's going to be leaving a lot of money behind for us. So we're going to be taking all of that money and everything, as well as taking over the company he's left for Greg. I thought that was pretty clear to you already, though. But anyway, once he's the CEO, I'm going to be the CEO's wife, right? Did you know that ever since I was a little girl, I had always wanted to be the wife to some super wealthy CEO? So now that my dream is finally coming true for me, I just can't stop myself from smiling. I think I've had enough of you both. Especially you, though, Brinley. Kicking me out of the funeral and then taking it over as though it's meant to be about you both. And not just that, but now you think you have access to all my husband's money and his company, which has led you to grin like some maniac? You really are such a shameless woman. Well now, I'm going to have to hide this smile for the time being and put on a more serious and saddened face to trick the masses. It would be pretty wrong for me to be smiling at a funeral of all places, right? Well, you've been pretty messed up this whole time, so why hide it at all? I'm trying to text Greg right now, but he seems to be ignoring me. For some reason, I'm getting the feeling that all this isn't going to play out in your guys' favor, though. Now, I'd like you to leave the premises at once and head back home with your mouth shut for us. The CEO of the company has struck out, and the next up to bat is his oldest son. And me being his wife means that I'll become the wife of a CEO. Greg isn't even a part of the company. What? Yet you still believe that he's going to be able to get into the company and become the CEO of it right away? You must be so excited about becoming the wife of a CEO that you totally forgot about common sense. I'm sorry, but the next CEO of the company has already been decided. And of course, since Greg hasn't been working for the company at all, he is not going to be the CEO. If you understand that now, I want you to open the door for me and let me back inside. What do you mean he's not been working for the company? Greg has told me that ever since he graduated from college, he's been working for his dad's company. And when was it that he told you that? It's been 3 years now since Greg was fired from his dad's company. Huh? He was fired? Yep. He was awful at all of the work he was left to do, and that really started to piss his dad off a lot. Of course, when he got fired, it was during a time where he was supposed to be taking care of a really important customer to the company. But he cried about having to do all that work and bolted from his responsibilities. That then pushed his dad over the edge, and he said he was no longer going to deal with Greg anymore. Although my husband's first thoughts were to make Greg the next CEO someday, those thoughts quickly disappeared, and the next thing he knew, he was firing Greg. What? Wait. I never heard anything about all those events. Also, Greg has been going to work like nothing's changed forever now. Perhaps right after being fired, he was able to find some other company that hired him. I'm not sure where he could be working now, but Greg is your guys' oldest son, right? And that means he should be the next in line to take on the company from your husband. Nope. John has made it very clear to everyone at the company that the next person to be the CEO will be his son, Marcus, Greg's little brother. John told everyone that he couldn't trust his oldest son with taking on the company, so he'd be letting his second oldest handle everything next. Huh? He's letting Marcus be the next CEO? And he told that to everyone in the company already? He even wrote that down in his will. What? You were the one that told me to start thinking about all of that while my husband was still in the hospital, right? About things like his inheritance and properties? I took that as meaning I did need to get on top of some of those things, so I went and started talking to John about everything he would be leaving behind. Also, when he was out of the hospital for a day, he got one of his lawyers to come over and we wrote a new will. And you're telling me that part of the will says for Marcus to take over the company next? Unlike his dad, Marcus is a very calm and composed man. But even so, he happens to be very good at doing business and has the proof to show for it. Even other employees within my husband's company say great things about how well he does his work. For a little while, he had only been working with his dad after Greg got fired, of course, and started learning what it means to lead a company. So this was always going to happen. Marcus becoming the next CEO. But just to make sure there'd be no hiccups, we wrote it down in John's will. You're lying. There's no way. The next CEO should be the oldest. And Greg is the oldest son to John. I've never even heard of an instance where the oldest was skipped and the next in line was given the company. Well, John had no other choice. His oldest was far less competent at his job than he had thought. Huh? I'm so happy that today Marcus wasn't able to make it to the funeral. I'm sure he feels bad about having to be in New York for a business trip and all right now, but at least he doesn't have to be here when his stupid older brother and moron sister-in-law are right now. I'm sure if he was, then things would only become more messy for him. There's no way this is happening. Even Greg was saying that his time had come to me. He was so freaking excited to be the next CEO of his dad's company. Well, I can go tell him the truth right now for you, so please let me inside the building. And honestly, I'm not going to worry too much about you both believing in a fairy tale because I want to focus on my husband's funeral. Everyone else is patiently waiting for the funeral to begin, so please let me in right now. Wait. Who cares about the funeral right now? Greg and I are far more important at the moment. This is about my dream, after all. Right now, that dream is in danger of never coming true for me. So this is not the time for people to be worried about someone who's already dead. Well, if that seems to be the case for you, then I want you to go home right now. I'm not holding back anymore. I am going to the front of the building right now, and I'll let the funeral director know that you no longer should be allowed in this funeral. Actually, I'll let them know that both you and my oldest son are not allowed in here. Then you both can be escorted out by them.
Mum, what is all this about? Why am I not allowed to become the next CEO? It's not too late to make me the CEO yet. Tell that Marcus to let me be the CEO right now.
That Marcus happens to be the man your dad chose to make the CEO. He said so in his will. So I'm not going to just ask Marcus to give up the role his late father asked him to be in.
The frickin' will? Who cares what Dad said? He's dead now. Why can't you just let me be the CEO? It's not like he'll ever know that I was made the CEO, right?
What are you talking about, Greg? I will not allow you to talk about your dad and his final words like that.
But what's going on here is stupid. I get that Dad fired me from the company in the past, but I just assumed that after Dad died, you'd be willing to let me back into his company. I've believed this whole time that you would understand that the role of CEO should be going to the oldest son next. You're screwed up, Mum.
I'm not the one that's screwed up. It's you and your wife that are. What the hell happened to telling your wife that you were fired 3 years ago? Why were you trying to hide all of that from her?
I wasn't trying to hide anything from her. I just got lucky and made the money we needed from some slot machines.
Slot machines? In other words, you gambled for the money you needed? Hold it right there. So you're telling me that you didn't even end up getting hired by another company after being fired? What the hell have you been doing ever since your dad fired you?
I gave up on working and have been making all the money I need from slot machines. I've been on a massive winning streak for a while now, so I brought in more than enough money to support both myself and Bryn Lee.
You are a dad, Greg. You have children. And yet you're telling me that this whole time you've been risking your whole family's future on some slot machines? What the hell have you been thinking?
I thought that after Dad died, I'd be able to get back to work for his company. Hell, I thought I'd be back in his company long before he died. I thought me trying to act all sad and depressed around him would get him to hire me back because he felt bad. Yet for the past few years, he never talked to me, so I never had a chance to lie to him about how I was feeling. This year, he decided to get sick. It's not my fault that I had to continue gambling while Dad was fooling around by not ever talking to me and then getting deathly ill.
For Christ's sake.
Yet now I have to sit here listening to you telling me that Marcus is getting the company. If that's how things are going to be, then who cares about that stupid company? Just give me the dang money he's left for me, and I'll shut up about everything. I'll make sure to use all the money I'm getting to continue my winning streak at the casino. Did you know that I've started to go into debt waiting for Dad to get back to me about letting me work for him again? I've had to take out loans in order to keep playing the slots. If I don't start breaking even here, things are going to become really bad for me.
You've been taking out loans now?
I'm sure that Dad has loads of money in his savings that will be coming to me, right? Yeah, half will be going to you, of course, but the other half will be for his sons. But Marcus is going to be getting the company, so you can give my part and his to me. He's not going to need any of that money, right? So give me the money, and while you're at it, give me whatever stocks he has as well, right?
Greg, I have some very bad news for you. Your dad doesn't actually have all that much money left after he passed away.
Huh? What the hell are you saying, Mum? There's no way he doesn't have tons of money still. He was the one that built that company and has been the CEO of it for over 40 years. You both happen to have that massive house, and he has multiple other properties. And what about all those high-end cars he drives? How the hell are you able to tell me he doesn't have much of anything when he's got all of that?
I'm sure you knew about how your dad ran his company all by himself, right? And of course he has a lot of land and some pretty nice cars that he drove around a lot when he was younger. But over time he's been putting all those things into his company, and now the cars and land are considered company assets. He left me with enough money to keep me happy, but the rest has all been put into the company and is not included in the will.
Huh? Then, what's going to happen with all the money I owe? I thought Dad would have hundreds of thousands to give to me after he died. I just assumed that I'd be able to pay off all the loans after he died and be able to play more slots without going into any more debt. I thought this would be it for me, and I'd never have to worry about going into debt or having to work a job again.
You can think about what you need to do next by yourself. If you can't find a way to help your family by yourself, then you open up to Brinley about the whole truth and have her help you. And as for that debt, well, you were the one that got yourself into that mess, so you're going to have to try something in order to pay it all off. I might be getting a lot of money from your dad, but it's only enough to keep myself happy through my later years. I have something I really need to ask from you, Taylor. Can you please make Greg the CEO of the company? I'm sure that everyone within that company, as well as all the customers, want him to be the next CEO. I know for a fact if you don't make the oldest son the next CEO, then you'll be making the whole company look bad. Well, listen to this, Brinley. All of the employees within the company, as well as all the other businesses that are customers to it, have asked for Marcus to be the CEO. He's already been around all of them for years now, and every single person trusts that Marcus can get the job done right. But there is one very important problem with Marcus. He isn't even married yet, so what's going to happen to the company after he's passed away or retires? That's why, right now, you need to take this moment and make Greg the CEO of that company before it's too late. Huh? You're worried about what happens to the company after Marcus? I'm sure that Marcus might be good at the work he does, but he doesn't have a woman, and it seems like he never will. As far as I'm aware, he's never even had a girlfriend before, right? So there's no hope for him ever getting married now. And that means he's never going to have any kids who will be around to take on the company after him. But when it comes to your oldest son and his wife, they happen to have a really, really cute little boy, right? If you make Greg the CEO of the company right now, then there's hope that the company will continue on in this family's history. So you're trying to use your own son as a way of getting the company? Well, Brinley, did you know that you have no voice in telling Marcus who he can and can't choose as the next CEO of the company? He doesn't have to give it to anyone in the family next. He has every right to pass it on to one of his best employees, or he might even want to sell the company to someone else. So, nobody, not myself, nor you, nor Greg, has any right telling him what to do with the company when he retires. I probably won't even be around by that point, so there's nothing I can do about it. No way! I've heard about the debt your husband is in right now. I understand that you and him are trying to do everything you can to get any money left by my husband, but you need to give up. Don't tell us to give up like that. It's not as simple as you might think. Right now, our lives are on the line. Right now, Greg is in debt $30,000 to loan sharks. Really? That much? You have to do something to help us pay all of it off. This is your son's debt we're talking about. Also, I happen to be suffering a lot because of it, so as my mother-in-law, you need to help me, please. You shut the hell up right now, you complaining witch. You are both frickin' adults now with children and need to learn how to take responsibility for yourselves. I don't give a crap about that guy's debt, and I never will. Also, he happens to be your husband, so do your dang job and support him through this tough time. Back when my husband was building his company, he got into $100,000 worth of loans, and we worked together to pay all that off. So you can handle $30,000, you baby. You might have been able to handle all that, but I can't. I might be his wife, but I just can't. Then go ahead and divorce the sad loser. It's your frickin' life after all, so you decide what you want with it. Now that's it from me. I can sympathize with all the crap you're going through right now, but you have to take responsibility for it and handle it. But wait, Taylor! Are you going to leave the both of us? Aren't you going to help us out at least a little? You know dang well I'm leaving you both. I hate you guys with every bit of my heart. What? You tried to kick me out of my husband's funeral. You then went around smiling about the fact that you could use his funeral to make yourselves look good. I don't plan on ever forgiving either one of you for something as cruel as that. Yet now you're asking for my help? Absolutely not. No, wait, Taylor, that was, No, I'm going now. I don't hold any of this against my little grandkids you've given to me, but you and Greg deserve to receive all of my hate. So I really hope that you two can figure something out, for their sakes. And after that, those two idiots went to Marcus begging for him to help them on their hands and knees while they both sobbed and sobbed. So, being the kind and reserved man that he is, Marcus went and brought them into one of the factories he started to run. At first, both Greg and Brinley weren't given a very good wage or much time off from work, and they complained about it a lot. Greg would even take it up to the factory's manager at times and say that he was the brother of the CEO and deserved better. To which the manager would reply, saying that the CEO gave him permission to fire those two at any time he wanted. After saying that, Greg never once complained about the job again, and both he and Brinley have continued their work in that factory. According to some rumors, that manager actually went to school with Brinley, where she would bully him all the time. So who's to say for sure what kind of hell he's putting her through right now there? Well, as for the time being, those two idiots are going to be sweating their butts off for years to come, trying to make whatever money they can in order to pay off Greg's debt.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well. I really can't do this anymore, Mom. I don't want this boring, bland-ass woman to be my mom. You're so lame. I can't believe it. Mom, I need you to do me a favor and just go get plastic surgery right away. You can't look like that around me. Wait, what? Why so suddenly? What's going on? What the hell were you thinking, Mom? Showing up at our open classroom day like that? All of my friends' moms were so beautiful and their clothing was all fancy and done well. Their makeup was also super perfect, and then you had to go and show up as my mom. You realize that you're probably the only person in the world that would show up in a boring old dress like that, right? Do you realize how embarrassed I was when you showed up? Everyone in the classroom will be laughing and talking about how my mom is so lame for years to come. Are you seriously that upset because I showed up in a suit and no caked-on makeup? What do you mean, that upset? Yes, I'm upset because it's a huge deal, Mom. This is important. If you're ugly, then all of my friends will look at me and say that I'm the girl with an ugly mom. Don't you get it? Ugh, you're so lame. I don't think there's anyone in that classroom that would make fun of you for what I'm wearing to your open classroom. Besides, I was wearing a suit because I just had an important meeting at work and I didn't have time to get changed. It's not like I normally wear a suit when I'm just out and about. Mom has got to go back to work anyway after I swing by and look at your open classroom. There's no point in me changing out of my clothes and then going back into a suit to go back to work. Ugh, I hate this, Mom. I can't believe that my own mother won't take off work for one single day when her own daughter has open classroom day. My mother prefers her stupid desk job over her own flesh and blood. I'm seriously just so sick and tired of having this terrible mother. It's so sad. All of my friends' moms are stay-at-home moms who always look after their family instead of work. Family is their top priority, so they don't go outside and work when they could be raising their own kids. That's what they all tell me. You realize that family is my #1 priority too, right? That's why I'm working hard every day to make sure that you have a place to eat and sleep, clothes to wear, and a phone to use to text your friends. Yes, you cannot work and stay at home to take care of the house to make sure your family has a clean house, but taking care of your family can be done by going outside of the house with a job to make money so that your family can keep living the life it wants. That's all the same. What? I've never heard such a terrible excuse. You don't need to go out and work for money for this house to keep existing. You just want to leave. And let's be real. It's not like you actually make a lot of money anyway, Mom. Stop acting like you're this amazing breadwinner and I'm allowed to get the newest iPhone every season. What the hell are you saying to your own mother? You want to know why I know? We have a super great dad who is really incredible at cooking. Our house would be perfectly fine with just Dad's restaurant. We don't need your stupid pocket change from your stupid job. Recently, he's been featured on some incredible magazine too. That's how famous his cooking is. Yeah, you're right about that. And his sales records have been incredible so far. I agree. Maybe you're right. We don't need my income from my job. It's really just a small addition to our house. Then I want you to quit your job and just stay at home like the other moms. Just take care of things at home. Be a stay-at-home mom. Quit your stupid job and do all of the things around the house so I don't have to do anything. Also, I want you to get plastic surgery and get a lot better at your makeup because, oh my god, as it stands, you're just an embarrassment to me when you show up. Hey, Hilda, I have to say, I really like my face the way it is right now, and I really love the office that I work in. I love my job. Yes, maybe I work full-time, and yes, I leave the house, but that doesn't mean that I've skipped out on anything at the house. I've taken care of everything around the house. Are you sure you're not okay with how things are now? You really want it to change? Of course I want it to change. You keep saying family is the most important thing to you, that it's priority number one. Well, your priority number one is asking you to do something, so listen to her wishes. Your own daughter is saying that she's sad and upset because her boring and lame mom is embarrassing her at school. Do you understand? If you're my mom, you should just shut your face and listen to everything that she has to ask of you. Hilda. Also, I want this to be clear. I'm saying all of this for your own good, Mom. You should really be thanking me that I'm being this honest with you. Imagine if you just kept this up and you were just this boring, bland lady who's just got, like, no makeup skills and is quickly aging. Dad is seriously gonna just go for that other lady that's working at his restaurant. You remember that new girl that started working there part-time? You won't be able to say shit back to him when he ends up divorcing you because you're just choosing to remain an ugly old hag. Wait, what are you talking about? Wait, hang on. You're seriously going to tell me that you haven't figured it out yet? Haven't you seen how much Dad dresses up recently? He's been doing his best to look really good every single day he goes to work. You want to know why he does that? It's because he's busy bumping uglies with the new part-time worker that he just hired. I'm pretty sure they're dating too. She's super cute and petite and she works hard too. Honestly, she's just better than you. And how old was she again? I think she was 26, right? She's literally like almost an entire generation younger than you. Kinda makes sense why Dad would be head over heels for her. Can't really blame him, can you? You're kidding, right? You're just being hurtful. I thought that he was just trying to be a little more fancy for the magazines. I didn't realize that he was having an affair. What the hell? Yeah, exactly. So let me give you my advice. You need to drop the stupid job and start getting your plastic surgery done right away. If you don't become the super mom that we need you to be, then you're gonna lose your seat as mother to the new, cute, and improved mom. Damn it, Joseph, talk to me. Is it true that you're dating the new girl at work, Sarah? I just found out about this and this better not be real. You need to talk to me right now.
What? When did you find out about this? How did you find out?
Oh my god, Joseph. So it's true. You're actually going out with Sarah. What the hell? I cannot believe that you are out playing hooky with some random girl at work when you literally have a wife and a child at home. And to make things even worse, you were having an affair with someone you hired to work with you. How could you possibly sleep with her?
I'm so sorry.
Our store was finally gaining traction too. How could you do such a thing? You're going to ruin it all. You better not get full of yourself just because some magazines and TV shows are all running to interview you. You're still the same husband that I married a while ago. Here's what you need to do right away. You need to break off everything with Sarah. Don't keep this affair going. Actually, you know what? You need to go ahead and fire her right away. Don't let her keep working there. She's a risk. She's starting to have a really negative effect on our daughter. Have you spoken to her recently?
Break it off with her? Oh, come on, Carla. You're really gonna try and get between our true love? I've never fallen for anyone this hard.
What? Are you being serious? You're gonna be talking about falling for some young girl when you are literally texting your own wife?
I'm sorry, Carla. I can't. I have no intention of breaking off anything with Sarah. I'm actually considering moving in the opposite direction, actually. I want to break it off with you, to be honest. That would be the best for me. Let's get a divorce. Sarah currently has my child. She's pregnant and I know that child is mine, so yeah, we're gonna have kids together.
What? Are you being serious right now? Tell me you're lying. You actually got her pregnant?
I can't ask her to terminate the pregnancy. I would never ask her to get an abortion. Plus, the more important thing is that I really love her from the bottom of my heart. I can't just let that go. So please, Carla, I'm asking you nicely. I'm begging you to let me get a divorce with you. Please, let's get a divorce. I want to be her family. I want her to be my wife from now on until forever.
You're lying, right? Please tell me you're kidding. Let me get this straight. You're telling me that you're dumping me for the new girl that you met at your workplace? Is that what you're saying? I've done nothing but support you this whole time. I've done my best to be the best wife I could to you. Even when the store wasn't doing well, I was there for you. I never left your side. Who was there for you, supporting you when you were depressed because your store just kept being in the negatives, Tell me, who was it?
I really do thank you from the bottom of my heart, Carla. You have been incredible. I really want to thank you because you're right. You've done nothing but support me this far. But I'm sorry. Going forward, I want her to be my rock, and I want to be hers. I want the relationship I have with you to be replaced with her. I want to become the happiest man alive with her, not you. Do you understand what I'm saying, Carla?
Oh my god, you're serious?
I'll go get the divorce papers from the city office tomorrow. You don't have to worry about a thing. Once you've had some time to really organize your thoughts and agreed to everything, go ahead and sign the papers and give them to me.
Oh my god. I heard from Dad. He told me everything. Apparently, you're gonna get a divorce, right? I'm so glad that you two aren't gonna be together anymore. And you won't be my mom. The best part about all of this is that I literally predicted this whole series of events happening right before they actually happen. I'm such a genius. What the hell are you laughing about, Hilda? How can you be so insensitive? Your own father was having an affair. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's no joke. He cheated on your mom. It's been an entire night and I really just can't let this go. This is actually the worst thing that has ever happened to me. How am I supposed to get over it? Wait. You're telling me that you think Dad is in the wrong? You really need to get your head checked out if you think it's his fault. Besides, it's your fault for being cheated on. I mean, seriously, you really should look in the mirror. You need to take a big look in the mirror, like I said, and start feeling guilty for not being more of an appealing woman for Dad. You really can't blame him. What the hell did you just say to me? I literally told you yesterday, Mom. Don't say that no one warned you about this. You can't just be this boring, bland mom. You need to be more attractive. Let's look at the facts. Some random old lady who's pretty ugly and refuses to use any kind of makeup versus a very young mom and cute woman who takes care of herself. Of course Dad is gonna choose Sarah. Are you serious right now? No man in his right mind would ever choose you. You're being so terrible right now, Hilda. You're gonna sit there and say that Mom is in the wrong for everything, huh? Blame everything on me? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So pack your shit and get the hell out already. Why are you still here? No one needs you at this house anymore. You're just a used up old hag. Goodbye. Wait, what? Get the hell out? Hang on a second. Are you telling me that you're not going to be coming with me when I leave the house? I'm leaving alone? What? Hang on. Are you being serious? You really thought that I would leave the house with you? Of all the people? Don't worry, Mom. I've taken you the liberty of taking the divorce papers to the city office. I took it this morning, all by myself. Oh, and just so you know, I made sure that Dad would have full custody of me. You're never gonna get to see me again, and I'm so glad I don't have to see you. I'm going to be living a new and amazing life with Sarah from now on. Woo! I'm so excited. What? You hang on just a moment, young lady. You just said that you already went to turn in the divorce papers to the city office? I read that right? Yeah, when I got home from school, I saw the divorce papers sitting on the living room table. You really should be better about hiding your private life stuff. It looked like you and Dad already signed it and it was all ready to go and everything. So I did what I could as an excellent daughter and just went to the city office a second ago and submitted it for you. You should be thanking me. You're kidding, right? You're just messing with me like usual. The divorce papers that I signed this morning, the fact that his signature was already on the papers too, means that he must have came home sometime during lunch just to come sign the papers. I don't believe what's happening. Let's be real, Carla. Things like this are much better if you just get it over quickly. You can't just let it drag on. I am so excited to see what Dad says when he comes home. He must eventually be overjoyed to see that the papers are turned in. I'm going to brag to him that his lovely daughter went and turned in the divorce papers early for him. Honestly, maybe Dad and Sarah will both be super happy that their lovely daughter was just so kind for them. Hey, Hilda, let me ask you one more time. You're really sure that you're going to be staying with Dad? You're not going to be leaving the house with me? You need to tell me that you're going to stay with Dad and his stupid mistress. That's what you want? You're not going to have any regrets about this, are you? I'm asking you one last time. Why the hell would I regret this at all, you freaking idiot? I won't have any regrets. If anything, I'm ecstatic about this whole divorce. I don't think I've been this happy for a really long time. Sarah has always been incredibly kind and she's super cute, so honestly, I've always been a huge fan of her. She's just the most amazing woman. It's been like a dream come true. If she becomes my new mom, could you imagine how much I could brag about a cute mom like her? I can just brag to all of my friends about how much of an amazing mom I have. They won't be able to say anything back to me. Okay, I understand, Hilda. I don't need your bland and lame ass as a mom. You're just useless to me in this family. No one needs you, so pack your shit and get the hell out. I already have a really cute and young replacement mom, so don't let the door hit you on the way out. Bye. Understood loud and clear. This mom, who isn't actually your real mom, will be leaving. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. I'll be sure to take all of my belongings and get out of the house as soon as possible. Don't worry. I should probably go to the city office and make sure that the divorce papers have successfully been submitted and accepted before I leave, huh? Wouldn't want to not get a divorce at this point. I'll just go somewhere else to find a place to live real quick. It shouldn't take me that long to move out of the house and be out of your hair. I'm not going to be going home ever again, so you can just go ahead and gather all of Mom's belongings and throw it away or sell it or whatever you like. You do what you want with it. Wait, hang on just a second though, Mom. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, not my real mom? I need you to understand what you're talking about when you say that you're not my real mom. Is that some kind of riddle? No, there's no riddle there, sweetheart. It just means that we're not related at all. I'm not your mother. I really thought that I did my best for you. I thought that I raised you right, but alas, I guess it didn't work out, huh? Can't beat blood. I think that there really is something that you can't get past when you're not just really biologically mother and daughter, you know? My real daughter would never be this way. But I mean, what's nice about all of this is that I don't have to pay for any kind of child support, so I feel much better about cutting off needless weight. What are you talking about, not related? This is the first time I heard you say anything about that. You're just saying that to yank my chain. I don't understand what you're talking about at all. Honestly, if you want to know more about where you came from, you can just talk to your dad. I don't want anything to do with it. Alright, I gotta go now. I'm gonna get ready for my new and amazing life without your stupid cheating father. Hey, I talked to Dad. Is it true that I'm not your real daughter? Am I really the child of some random woman when Dad was having an affair? Tell me the truth or so help me I will lose my mind. Ah, so you went and asked your father, huh? Didn't it take too long? I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, dear, but I promise you that that is the whole truth. You're the child of some random hookup. That's the truth. That's the whole reason that Dad opened up his own restaurant to begin with. It wasn't some kind of random dream. Wait, what? Oh, wait, hang on. He didn't tell you about that story, huh? Sorry, I think I got a little too carried away with myself. Oh well, cat's out of the bag now. Your father was a terrible man and had an affair with someone that he worked with back at his old store. When she got pregnant, the whole store was just this giant storm of who did it what and who's responsible for what. To put a long story short, your father started his own store because he was fired from his old company for sleeping with one of his employees. So, pretty much the same reason he's getting a divorce now. Are you being serious right now? And then after you were born, that woman who gave birth to you? Yeah, she bolted real fast. She was nowhere to be found and we were left with you. Oh, and she did leave a note with you and a smelly diaper. I think it said something like, I don't want this child. Please take good care of her. Goodbye. I don't remember exactly. That's why we took you in and we raised you as our own. I actually did my best to raise you as my own, like I said before. The child of the mistress that my husband had slept with, causing him to lose his job. A brand new store that your father had just opened like 2 months earlier. Honestly, it was so incredibly busy back then, I don't even really remember anything that happened. It was all just a huge blur, and before I knew it, he cheated again. But, what the hell? So you're telling me that I was just some child whose actual biological mother just abandoned entirely? I was an unwanted child? I mean, yeah, that's one way you can put it. I'm not sure I would want to be so harsh on you, but... Of course, at the time, we both considered getting a divorce. It wasn't like we were just so okay with everything and we moved on. But you know what? I promised that I would do what I can for the rest of my life with this man and that I wouldn't just let go. I made a promise to him and myself. That's why I said, okay, let's take you in and raise you as our daughter. I knew that I had to do this. And that's why I decided that we would try again at this whole marriage thing. And I really did my best to make this whole thing work too. I did my best to support you and love you and care for you. And I did my best to support the store and the house too. There was never a day that I didn't prioritize my child or family first. But who knew that the result of all that hard work and effort is this? My own daughter hating me and my husband having an affair with some random woman. Oh, Mom, I want you to get along with Dad and Sarah, okay? You make sure everything stays smooth. Oh, and of course, you have to take care of the baby that's gonna be born real soon. You gotta get along with it too. Don't just let it go. Alright, good luck. Have a good life. Wait, hang on, Mom. Just 1 second. About that. Would it be alright if I just go with you, Mom? I really have thought about it and think that it'd be better to be with you. What? Why the sudden change of heart, dear? You finally got what you wished for. A cute and young mom, right? I'll take my ugly ass and leave you all alone, since that is what you all seem like you want. You literally told me to get my lame, ugly, and boring ass out as soon as possible, remember? You said there was no use for someone like me in that household. Actually, I want to tell you the truth. Dad told me that I needed to get out of the house and that I have no choice to stay with them. That he was going to start a new family and I was just in the way. What? I actually heard from Dad a second ago. He told me about the baby that's in Sarah's belly. I didn't know about it till literally 20 minutes ago. He just told me out of the blue. He says that it was a girl, and I was so excited that I have a cute mom that's young, and I would even be getting a younger daughter to come with that. What a great deal, right? But Dad talked to me after that, and he said that he wants to live with his real family, and real family only. So he wanted me to pack my things and get ready to leave the house because I'm unwelcome. He said that Sarah actually doesn't like me at all because I was born from some random woman that she didn't know, and that he's gonna prioritize her wishes. Then he said that I have a few choices, but the smartest thing that I could do for myself is just to get out of the house with you. Oh my god, they're actually one of the most rotten people. They're gonna push this unrelated child onto me? After all that they've done to me? Yeah, we'll see about that. Right? I'm agreeing with you. How could they possibly do me like that? Just chase me out of the house. I'm Dad's child too, you know. He can't just kick me out over some random woman. So please, would it be alright if I just follow you? I need somewhere to go and I really don't know where else I can go. Would that be okay? Yeah, of course not. You can't come with me. You better not come and show up at my house either. I'm not gonna let you anywhere near me. Wait, what? Oh, come on. Don't like you're just an innocent little victim here, you little rotten shit. You have no right to be mad at those two either. You're just as bad as them. You were the one that told me that it can't be helped that Dad chooses the younger girl. I remember what you said. You were pretty disgusting. In other words, this is the exact same thing that happened to me. Dad loves the unborn baby that he's having with his mistress more than he would ever love you. Do you understand what I'm saying, dear? You're being thrown away again. He would much rather prefer this adorable unborn baby that he's having with his lovely little mistress than this bitch of a middle school brat that is nothing but headaches for everyone. Why would you be so mean to me, Mom? I've literally been your daughter for 15 years. And how could you tell your own daughter to not show up at your house? How could you? Where the hell am I supposed to go? Dad hates me, Sarah hates me, you're telling me to stay the hell away. How am I supposed to do anything without my parents when I'm literally only in middle school? What am I supposed to do? I mean, I don't know what to tell you, dear. I don't have any shape or form of custody of you, and to make things even better, I'm not related to you at all either. The only other way that I see you existing at all is convincing Dad as best as you can. You can't come to me. I'm not helping you. No matter how hard I convince him, it's going to be hell. Even if he says yes, I still have to deal with Sarah. Think about it. I have to live with a dad that doesn't want me there, and Sarah, who doesn't even like me because I'm just some random child. Are you seriously not going to help me at all, Mom? You're just going to abandon me and leave me stranded? Yeah, of course I'm going to do that. I've done my absolute best raising you for 15 long, hard years, but at this point, I don't think there's any shred of love or responsibility left in me for you. Okay, this is it for me, Hilda. Goodbye. Have a nice life.
Oh my god, Carla, what the hell should I do? The store is in a huge crisis right now. I can't do anything about it. People stopped showing up entirely, and this month, we're just gonna be bleeding money. I don't know how to stop this. Until just recently, it was just reservation after reservation, and the store was full literally every single day. Now, there are no reservations at all every day, and I don't think I've even seen a single customer for the longest time. Oh, I don't know what to do.
Oh no, that's not good. What are you going to do? You even have a baby on the way too. What are your plans for the baby? I'm sure you're gonna need a lot of money real soon.
Why are you talking to me like it's just someone else's problem, huh? How could you be this cold to me? All this has to do with you too, doesn't it? You're responsible for this mess. I have a hunch that you're just running around town, yapping away about how terrible this restaurant is, and slandering it. That's why everyone stopped showing up.
What?
That's the only explanation for this whole thing. There's no other reason that anyone would just stop showing up all of a sudden like this. You're just pissed off that you were rejected and thrown away, so you're just trying to get in the way of my success as a restaurant owner.
Yeah, you must think that I'm bored or something. I would never have that much time on my hands to take revenge or anything. The only thing that I am guilty of is that I had to go around telling people that I got a divorce with you. I think the only groups of people that I told were my company, because I had to, and my parents back at home. No one else. Oh wait, I completely forgot. It shouldn't be that big of a deal though. I told all the parents and guardians over at Hilda's school. They all know too.
Wait, what? You told all the parents and guardians about our divorce? Did you really need to tell everyone that much? Why would you do that? That is absolutely the reason I don't have any more customers showing up at my store. How could you possibly just run around and tell all these people about our business? These are local people.
Wait. Don't get this twisted. Calm down. I didn't tell all of the parents and guardians at Hilda's school just because I was pissed off and hoped that by telling me, they wouldn't go to your restaurant and you'd suffer forever. I did it because it was literally written in the school rule book. I just had to obey the rule because you know how I am. Just a stickler for rules and whatnot. I really had no choice.
What? What are you talking about, Carla? Reporting a divorce is in the school rule book?
Do you remember how I used to be an officer over in the PTA at Hilda's middle school? I'm pretty sure I told you that I was busy often because of that. But we're gonna be getting a divorce. And since we're getting a divorce, and I won't be having any custody of Hilda, I had to quit the PTA, you know. I had no choice. And boy, you wouldn't believe how difficult and annoying it is being a part of the PTA. The bureaucracy. Anytime that any member, especially an officer such as myself, has to leave the PTA in the middle of the season, I have to report the reason to all of the other members. And if I don't have the permission of the other members to resign my position as an officer of the PTA, they won't let me resign. That's the rules, you know. Can't be helped.
What the hell is all that?
Yeah, so I had no real choice in any of it. My hands were tied. I had to tell all of the lovely guardians of the PTA that we were getting a divorce. Oh, don't worry though. I made sure that I didn't tell them about the whole affair thing though. I kept that part to myself. But you know how these things are. People just somehow figure things out and connect the dots. Before you know it, everyone already knows everything.
But, no. So you're telling me that most of the people in this area know that we're getting a divorce? How could this happen to me? Wait, hold on a second. Does that mean they know about my affair and girlfriend's pregnancy too? How much does everyone know? Do they all know about everything that's going on?
I mean, if I were in your position, I would definitely assume that that was the case, yes? That's probably why everyone stopped going to your restaurant. That would be my guess. I don't know anyone in their right mind that would want to eat the food from a chef that cheats on his wife, that he has supported him forever and gets a girl pregnant. Could you imagine what might even be in the food? Ugh, kinda gross to even think about.
Damn it! Damn it all to hell! Everything was going so well! I had my future secured! Even my sales were reaching new records every single day. I had nothing to worry about for a while. Carla, you need to listen to me and listen to me carefully. Help me now. I'm going to be having a child real soon, and I cannot have this restaurant in this condition. I'm literally going to wither and die.
Whoa, what? Why the hell do I have to do something about it? I don't get where that idea came from. I don't give a rat's ass about your stupid restaurant or what happens to it. If anything, I wish it just disappears and you sink with your ship.
Shut the hell up! You realize that I had to take on Hilda because you were the one that rejected her, right? I asked her politely to take you on, and instead, I had to take her. You know how much she cost? She's always asking for the latest and newest iPhone, and she's spending all this money on her stupid makeup. Come to think of it, she's literally your daughter too, so you need to work hard to help me out. Don't just throw all the responsibility on me.
What?
If anything, you better pay up for Hilda's child support. I'll give you a real quick estimate on how much, considering she's going to be attending a private high school and going to college real soon. I'll need to make some monthly payments for tuition. Give me like $1,000 a month.
Oh, don't you even get smart with me, shithead. You better change your tune real fast. Why in the name of God do I have to pay and take care of a child that I didn't give birth to? I don't even have any kind of custody of her anymore. You know what you need to do is go find the woman that you got pregnant and tell her to be paying you $1,000 because it's her child.
You raised her for 15 long years. I know that means something to you. You're basically her real mother. I'm sure she feels that way too, so stop acting stupid. The least you can do for us is pay for her child support every month. I know you can.
Oh man, you really can't be helped, can you? You're just a lost cause. Are you actually reading what you type, or are you just texting whatever you remember from what you dreamt of this morning?
What the hell is that high and mighty attitude you're giving me? How dare you? Besides, you know that Hilda is also in a whale of trouble, no thanks to you, right? It's not just me either. You were supposed to keep the whole not related thing to yourself until she became an adult, and then you had to go and tell her. How could you break our promise like that? Everything is completely screwed up now because you decided that it would be nice to just tell her everything. It's your fault. She hasn't gone to school for over a week now, and she's hanging around a really shady crowd of people. You know, the kind that hang around the skate park late at night.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really surprised to hear that. If you don't have a sense of belonging at home, then it makes sense that she's gonna be finding the next nearest place that she can find someone to want her. Lord knows what she does at those parks.
Please, I'm begging you. I need you to help me out of this. If we can restart the store and get it going again, everything will just work itself out. That's all I need to get done. First off, let's get the store sales going up again. Once the sales are back to where they used to be, then our lives will be much more stable. And then I'll feel much more comfortable dealing with Hilda and having the difficult conversations that I need to have with her. That's why I'm begging you right now. Just help me out. Just this once.
Yeah, that's a solid and definite no from me. Stop trying to drag some stranger into the mess that you created. You deserve everything coming to you, and I hope your daughter goes down with you.
But...
Let's be real. The only reason that there are no more customers coming to your store is because you lack the skills as a chef. If you were a chef that can really run his own store with his own skills, then you could just use your cooking to make people have to come back to your store for more.
What?
Oh my god. I'm saying that if you cooked actually amazing food, then the people will go back to you, no matter what the chef has done in the past or what he is now. But the fact that there are no people coming back to your restaurant speaks more to your cooking than it does to what you did in your private life, or in the kitchen with your mistress.
What the hell?
Alright, good luck with everything though. You were seriously the worst, and I mean that as a father and a husband. But hey, who knows? Maybe your cooking is actually decent.
Joseph's store is still doing pretty terrible, and no one has shown up to come and eat at his store. Oh, and the interviews completely went away as well, so he got no good publicity coming outside of the local areas. He's just been bleeding money this whole time, so people are really counting down the seconds before he has to close up shop. Oh, and Hilda? She's doing great things with awful people, becoming every parent's worst nightmare. At the moment, Joseph's restaurant parking lot is their headquarters. She's gathered a large group of delinquents to hang around, which is probably not helping his case with getting more customers either. I mean, who would want to go to eat at a store where there's a bunch of thugs in a parking lot? However, it's not like Joseph can do anything about it either. He's too terrified to say anything because there are way too many of the delinquents there to fight. At the moment, that whole family is just being treated by all the locals as a terrible cancer to the area, and they're all being avoided.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.